most martial arts say, hit first, think later. But what if the art said, confuse them first and then hit? Today, our guest practices something that looks like dance, fights like a martial art, and plays like chess. Except the pieces hit you. I showed it to my mom and she said it looked like a Bollywood fight scene. Honestly, same energy. Except this art didn't need slow-mo to look good. He carried it across the ocean and built an entire community based on Capoeira in India. The founder of Capoeira India, one vision, thousands of students. Welcome Professor Baba to Unfiltered Talks with Ishan and Yuvraj.
Yay! Parana, parana, parana. Thank you so much, guys. That's so nice of you to invite me here today. How can I be of assistance?
Okay, let's start from the beginning. How does one person just wake up one day and decide, I'm going to dedicate my life to fighting, dancing, and flipping all at the same time?
So this all began when I was traveling around the world looking for a unique opportunity to bring back to India. And I was around a mall there, and it was a very snowy day in Canada, Toronto. So I walked outside and I saw a huge group of people in a circle, and I could hear drums clapping, singing, and wows, and euphoria happening there. So I made my way inside there, and I suddenly saw two people moving around each other like they were doing yoga, and I thought somebody had put music into yoga, but actually they were like trying to outdo each other with their movements. And that was the first time I asked somebody. They said this was capoeira. Watching the people clapping, singing, I thought this was the best thing that I've ever come across. And that was the first time that the virus got inside me. And I started looking for more opportunities to get infected by this.
Wow. So, it started as curiosity, but turned into purpose. And now it's a full-blown movement. Not just in how they move, but also in how they think.
Correct. So the capoeira is a body language that we say a capoeirista is one who's got the coordination of a dancer, the flexibility of a gymnast, the strength of a martial artist, the endurance of a marathon runner, and the beat of a drummer. So not only is he adjusting his mind into music, into movement, into philosophy, into respect, into love, into joy, there are many things that are happening at the same time while you are moving without being forced into it. It comes out naturally. So once you become a capoeira practitioner, you can connect to the joy of living. And that's what happened with me. When I could connect with that, I said I should introduce this to more people who would be of the same mind frame.
Professor Baba, if somebody with zero flexibility, zero coordination, and an abundance of confidence walked into your dojo today, how long before they stop embarrassing themselves?
So you said zero flexibility, zero strength, but a lot of confidence. Yeah, that is the first step of stepping into something that is out of your world. It's not something that you're ever seen before. So that confidence will definitely be something that we can have a conversation about and start building on. And capoeira needs that because it is something that you need. It's a street performance. It's like an actor. If you can come out of your skin, you can do anything. And capoeira will help you build that confidence, build that flexibility, and build that strength as we move on. So it's very important to first be confident that you're going to start something new that nobody in your family has ever started. So you have to have that confidence that you're going to take this for a long, long journey. And that's a very important thing of coming to a capoeira club.
So basically, week 1, you're like a confused giraffe. And week 4, you're making it look like you invented the move yourself?
Correct. So capoeira is like something that you've never seen before, in India especially. But it looks like yoga, but now with movement inside it. And at the same time, there's an opponent who's trying to kick you in your head. So now you're escaping and you're questioning and answering, like we said in the beginning, like a chess game. So each person gets his turn to talk in this conversation. So as you progress from a giraffe, you become a tiger, you become a fox, you become a leopard. And every time you improve and you get a nickname of how you become who you become.
Wow! So does capoeira actually make you smarter? Or is it something that fit people say just to feel better about themselves?
Unlike other martial arts where the main aim is to outdo the other opponent, in capoeira, the practitioner has to think 3 steps ahead, 3, 4, 5, to make sure that he doesn't hurt the person, he doesn't get hurt, and also setting up traps to catch the person in whenever he's not looking around. So just like Lord Shankar would want to meditate, he would do the tandav. A capoeirista starts to practice his art and make himself more aware of his surroundings by practicing this every day. So yes, a capoeirista has the ability to think 4 steps ahead. When I drive in Mumbai roads, I'm thinking 6 steps ahead because that's what's needed in this environment. And capoeira helps me every day in my driving. I hope it'll help you in your studies when you are doing your homework, and understand that what you're doing is going to make you smart because you thought 4 steps ahead, mindful.
So, in essence, capoeira is cheaper than therapy, more effective than meditation, and you get great footwork as a bonus.
Wow, that is all what you put in one word for capoeira. When I do capoeira, I don't come out of it lazy, tired, or sore. I come out of it with more energy. I can finish a class at 10 o'clock and go for a party till 4 o'clock in the morning because now I'm recharged. And that's how you meditate nowadays, without sitting down, by moving around and listening to music and being in a community and sharing your energies. The mixing of energies creates this vibration of joy that we look for everywhere.
You would have never thought that capoeira actually recharges you.
Exactly. I never thought that, but when I do it and I hear my students saying, Baba, let's go after class, like 4 hours of class, and they say, we want to go out and like party now because we are feeling so good. We want to go in the middle of the dance floor and dance and do our flips and do our handstands because that's what makes them, feel good. And definitely it has the secret thing. The slaves who were practicing this many years ago did it because they wanted to be free of bondage. So I think today everybody is going through some kind of slavery in their life, and capoeira comes and helps them to free themselves from that bond.
Amazing. Professor Baba, if somebody tried to catch us off guard on the street, would 6 months of capoeira actually help? Or would we dodge more stylishly and still run, but with better technique?
So this is the only martial art in the world that gives points for escaping rather than hitting and making a winner and loser. So the awareness of a capoeirista is like a radar, and it's constantly looking for people who are coming closer to you, who are moving around, looking for things falling from the place. A capoeirista's conscience is a little bit faster than anybody else's who's just doing any other sport. So I think you would not need to run. You will be calm in that situation. You will know how to disengage and de-escalate the situation much more cool than anybody else who could ever be doing any other kind of martial art. So use it every day because that's the paradigm shift. What you do in the class has to reflect on how you move outside your house.
So capoeira basically turns you into that one person in the Bollywood movie who isn't even breathing hard while everybody else is losing their mind.
True. Now, the situation that happens, we are in between a dance and a fight. At any time, you could be fighting, and at any time, it would be a dance. So the line is very thin. How you control yourself is how you breathe and how you relax when you're doing this art. And that helps you to overcome any situation that would require you to be stressed. So definitely capoeira is an extra key, an extra gear that you could use in situations, unhealthy situations, to save yourself from trouble.
So why does capoeira need live music? Is it for focus, or is it so that it looks more impressive on video?
So traditionally, the slaves used music as a disguise to hide the fact that they were doing a martial art, and they pretended that they were like dancing and moving, and the rhythm of the music is what dictates the pace of the game. Now, just like cricket, when the bowler takes the run up for the bowling, he gets into a pace, like a swimmer who's swimming and he needs a pace to go on. Capoeira also has a pace. And I believe that when you hear music, which is very raw, which is very organic, like the capoeira music, it slows down your heartbeat and you get more oxygen to your brain to make proper decisions. So rhythm and music are the language of the heart. And the more of it, the better the practice.
So the musician is the most powerful person in the room. Imagine being able to change the whole game with just a change in beat. To think, I would say, imagine if cricketers had to change their entire game based on the mood of the DJ.
Wow, I think that would be a big party in a stadium. In capoeira, the musicians are also the practitioners. So there is no one person just playing a music. The same person that's played in the music can become a spectator, can become the audience, can also become the fighter. So a capoeirista is, like I said, an entire holistic approach to movement, music, culture, and global mindedness. So definitely music has to be a part of our lives. And today research has shown that children who practice music, their memory becomes more stronger. They can recall things much more easier. So pick up an instrument, any instrument, and start practicing it.
Professor Baba, outside the Hoda, in everyday real life, what's one skill that a capoeirista has that nobody else has?
It's the D word. It's called discipline. And every martial artist in the world has that because they know that through discipline, through balancing between good and bad, they will get their aim, whatever they want to achieve. So I believe that discipline, if you have inside you, success will be yours forever.
So capoeira basically gives you a superpower, and that superpower is keeping you cool when everything goes sideways. That's honestly better than anything that they taught us in school.
True, Yuvraj. That's very well said. The secret of success is to be disciplined. And if you start at a young age and you inculcate this into your everyday life, like brushing your teeth twice a day, you will have good teeth for the rest of your life. And in capoeira, we learn, practice, and train, and keep repeating that. And that will, fall onto other things that you are doing. Maybe your studies, your other sports, behaving at home. All these things will only enhance you by doing capoeira.
Okay, rapid fire. Let's go. No thinking, just answering. No explanations, the clock is ticking. Favorite move?
Ausemao, cartwheel without hands.
Dangerous, elegant, and completely on brand. What's harder to master, strength or balance?
I would go with balance.
You build strength in a gym, but balance is a negotiation that comes with gravity. Kids or adults, who learns faster?
My kids, definitely.
Kids don't think, they just do. Adults think, and that's where the problem starts. Music or movement?
I think in capoeira, they both arrive at the same time.
A perfect non-answer that somehow perfectly fits. Kids or adults, who learns faster?
I'm sure my kids, definitely.
Kids don't think, they just do. Adults think, and that's where the problem starts. Music or movement, which comes first?
In capoeira, I think both of them are like brother sisters. They are together.
A non-answer that somehow fits in perfectly. One word for capoeira?
Definitely joy.
One word, and it still describes capoeira better than we did. On that note, one word to describe our capoeira skills?
Sensational.
Sensational today and Mia Lua tomorrow. What's one message for anyone who wants to learn capoeira today?
You've watched the Unfiltered talk with Ishan and Yuvraj. You've got your first class. Now the ship is leaving. It's last call. Get on board and let's sail to new horizons together.
Capoeira is movement, music, history and mindset all in one circle. Capoeira isn't about force. It's about movement, timing and knowing when not to move. Professor Baba, thank you for bringing something this deep into a room so light. And thank you for making anyone feel that they can walk in and start doing capoeira.
Muito obrigado, like they say in Brazil. I'm very pleased to be here, share this moment with you, and I hope many more people will join capoeira and share this beautiful art with more like-minded people. Like they say in Brazil, vamos que vamos. Let's go.
Thank you, Professor Baba, for joining us on Unfiltered Talks today. And to thank you, we want to give you guys a gift. Your very own Unfiltered Talks coffee mug.
Oh, wow. This will be my everyday cup from now on. If you see this, you know who I am. Thank you so much. When are we doing the next one?
Boa viagem! Boa viagem! Boa viagem! Boa viagem! Capoeira! Capoeira! joining us today on Unfiltered Talks with Ishan and Yuvraj. Stay curious, stay unfiltered, and see you next episode.